film from Texas State, what I've seen is that quarterback is they like to work the edges pretty hard. They're going to work the perimeters, but he doesn't mind squaring off and dropping one deep on you too. He's got a big arm.
Oh yeah.
What are some of the keys you guys are focusing on based on what you've seen from them the first couple of weeks?
Well, it's just like every single week, David. Just want to make sure that our guys continually stay on top no matter what the coverage is, and no matter if it's Texas State, Lafayette, Troy, anybody. That's our number one goal, is always stay on top and not give up any deep balls. But just, those guys there, man, they have really good receivers. The quarterback, like you say, he will drop it right there in that hole on deep balls. And we just got to do a good job of seeing our keys and playing fast and just understanding the coverages and understanding who's deep, who's down, things of that nature. So that's all we can, is just our normal keys.
In terms of kind of applying the lessons from the first couple of weeks, you've seen a group of SEC receivers, and we know what they're like. You certainly know what they're like.
That's right.
You spent a few years playing against them.
That's right.
And then you come back in a game like Savannah State, and their guys are just not as physically gifted as you're going to see at Georgia.
Right.
For two games like that, when you start getting into this peer group of programs that are a little more comparable to App State.
Right.
Do you kind of throw out the window some of what the Georgia and the Savannah State stuff is? Because, listen, number one, it's in the past. Number two, we're not seeing, a consistent level of talent. How does that stuff apply to what you're doing coming into a conference season?
Well, it really doesn't change. And a lot of people will say, well, why wouldn't it change? Just because of the simple fact you always got to respect your opponent no matter who it is. And at any given moment, somebody can slip behind you. No matter who you're playing, you can play with Targa High School, and it could happen if you're not on the same page in the secondary. So our mindset and things of that nature is no doubt no different than when we play in Georgia, no different than we play in Savannah State. Talent-wise, yes, there will be a little bit better than what we played this past week. So we always got to treat every single game just like it's a Georgia, a Michigan-type game, just to make sure that our guys are in tune with no matter who it is. You got to play at the highest level no matter what, because anything can happen in any given moment.
I know you got to be happy to have Pinckney back in the rotation, and I don't know if he's fully 100%, but certainly game speed, because when you're running out there with only three corners, and you probably prefer not to burn a red shirt at this point.
That's right.
It's nice to have him back. How's he looking, and how do you feel like he is in his own confidence trying to get back out on the field after having such a long period of time off?
He's getting better day by day, and that's a positive thing. Whether it's just coming back from the injury, as well as, like you just say, the confidence factor. Because once you've been away from the game for a while, you got to get that confidence back a little bit to understand that, hey, I can come in and out of my breaks. I can trust my injury, that it's better. So that's the only thing. Is just like you said, that's the number one thing I think is just the confidence factor. And I think he's getting better and better with that each and every day. And he will this week, because now that he's about full speed, he's about ready to roll, and I think he'll be okay.
Good deal.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Good
No
to see you.